So Cory, here we are at Vision Forward in the conference room, and we're here for a tech talk. Today we're going to talk about Aira.
Got it.
Yep, Aira. A-I-R-A, I believe.
Yeah. Artificial Intelligence Remote Access.
Oh, very cool. Okay. I didn't even know that was an acronym.
I may have just made that up.
If it wasn't that, it should have been that. So, we're just going to talk a little bit about Aira. You are an Aira subscriber, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're going to find out about your experiences. And also, the reason that we're doing this, or one of the reasons, is because Vision Forward here in Milwaukee is an Aira access location. And so we do want to talk about that. But first of all, why don't we talk a little bit about what Aira is? I see you've got it in front of you right there. Do you want to tell us what it does?
Yeah, so Aira allows you to connect to a live agent. And you can either do it from your cell phone, using your cell phone's camera, and then getting audio through that through that cell phone as well.
Right.
Connect to the agent, and basically they can see whatever your camera can see, and then you can talk with them. So you can accomplish different visual tasks if it's, getting directions somewhere or reading a piece of paper, whatever it might be. All those times in your life when you are trying to get something done and you're like, I just wish I had a pair of eyeballs here. That's where Aira can step in.
Cool. So it's like having somebody with you whenever you need them.
You got it. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question though. Can they see through the camera whenever they want, or how does that work?
They can only see through the camera when you make that active connection. So you have to launch the app, touch the button that says connect to an agent. Once they've connected, then they have access to your video through your camera.
Okay.
But on the app, there's actually a privacy button as well. So you can tap the private button and they can no longer see out of your camera. So if there's any time that you want to stay connected with them, but you want privacy, you can tap that private button.
Okay, cool. And talking of the privacy side of things, so there is an app available called Be My Eyes, which people can download for free. I believe it's on Android and iOS. And it has some similar features. So with Be My Eyes, it's a volunteer-based service. So there are sighted volunteers who are signed up to the app, and as a person with a visual impairment, you can sign up and you can connect to a sighted volunteer who's then able to see through your device's camera and give you visual assistance. And it's free, which is really cool. So there's definitely some similarities there between Be My Eyes and Aira. What would you say, if any, are the benefits of Aira compared to Be My Eyes?
Yeah, I mean, they are very similar. I think that probably the two biggest things that I can think of, maybe three biggest things that I can think of, is that Aira, first of all, their agents are trained to work with somebody with a visual impairment. So if you connect to an Aira agent and you say, I'm looking for, the vending machine, they're not going to say, oh, that's cool, it's right over there.
Right over there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pointing at it. So they've been trained to give you specific directions, if it's clock face or if it's cardinal directions. Be My Eyes being volunteers, you may get somebody who's got common sense and goes, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Right.
But on the flip side, you might get somebody who gives you some directions or something that might not make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Be My Eyes being volunteers, they probably have limited time on how much they can help you.
Sure.
If you connect to somebody and you want to do a task that could take 30, 40 minutes, Be My Eyes, you're probably not going to get somebody who's got that much time to invest, helping you out. Where Aira, they are paid employees and they'll stay on as long as you need them. The last piece that I think really kind of makes it a little bit different is the privacy piece.
Yeah.
They go through privacy training. You can have them read back credit cards, sensitive medical information if you choose to. A lot of explorers don't have them give that kind of information, but you can.
Okay.
Where with Be My Eyes, I totally would not connect to a volunteer.
Yeah.
Like, read my credit card. Here's my social security.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll have that. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, in terms of the hardware, so for Be My Eyes, you would just need your smartphone.
Yeah.
You're using your smartphone camera. But with Aira, so from what I understand, you can do it with your smartphone in a similar kind of manner, but you can also go down a different route and get specific hardware for the job. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So what they've done is they allow you to, like you said, just use your cell phone, and there's no extra cost for that in your subscription. Or you can pay a little extra per month or outright buy the... What is that?
One of the phones is ringing.
What? Nobody has numbers. Folks, ignore our phone ringing in the background. It should end soon. So the other route that you can take with Aira is paying for their Horizon kit. And basically that can either be a small monthly fee on top of your subscription, or you can just outright buy the Horizon kit. And the Horizon kit is their own proprietary system that they have developed. It comes with a pair of glasses. There you go. On the front of the camera, right in the front of the glasses in the center is the camera, and that gives the agent a 120-degree field of view, which is actually really, really good. And then there's a cord that runs to what they call the Horizon controller, which is basically just it's actually a Samsung smartphone, but what they've done, which I think is really, really cool, is that they've completely disabled the touchscreen. And everything that you would do is through the physical buttons on the Horizon controller. So hitting the home button once wakes it up and gives you kind of a status. So if we hit it,
unlocked.
It should give us a battery. Let's hit it one more time.
Battery 98% connected to Aira via 4G LTE and Aira access with free calls.
And it alerts us that we're in a place with free calls.
Nice.
Hitting that home button twice quickly is going to connect us to an agent. And what I think is cool about the Horizon kit is that for those individuals who want to use the Aira service but are not comfortable with a touchscreen device, I don't own an iPhone or an Android phone, I don't want it, they can still use this service by using the Horizon kit, which I think is it was a great idea on their part.
Seems to be super simple to use. Which is really important.
Absolutely.
I have to say I'm not a massive fan of the glasses. I think they're maybe a little bit too large, and I don't know, they kind of got the large lenses, the large sides going on. I'm just going to put them on here because I've got quite a small head as well. So I've
noticed that.
Yeah, I always have a bit of a problem with these big glasses. They're pretty comfortable to wear though. Yeah,
they're light and comfortable, but I agree, the frames are kind of...
Could be a bit more stylish. Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's cool. So, are you a Horizon kit owner?
I am.
Okay.
I am. What I like about the Horizon kit is the hands-free. When you're using a cell phone, you've got to, you're going to have a dog or a cane in one hand. You're trying to hold your phone up in the other. A number of explorers have used like chest mount kits where they'll mount their phone right in their chest so they can still kind of get hands free.
Is this something you can just buy, or is it something you have to kind of make?
No, you can. Amazon sells them, and they're universal, so it doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android. It's just kind of a chest mount clip.
Nice.
Kind of straps around your shoulders, around your back, and then the phone just clips right in.
Got it.
You do want to do have the phone facing, the camera facing out. But the Horizon giving you the hands-free is awesome for doing a lot of different, traveling is definitely where it shines.
Yeah.
But then doing tasks, if you're putting something together, like I put a weight bench together, which it's obvious.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, they're looking pretty trim there.
I just put it together yesterday. But having your hands free to put something together, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to ask you, because you are an extremely well adapted person who is blind. You get around independently. You can accomplish tasks independently. So it's interesting to me that you still have chosen to use Aira as a service. What do you find that it brings to your life which you didn't have otherwise?
I feel that I'm a very independent person, but no matter how independent you are, it doesn't matter if you're blind or sighted, you got to ask for help for stuff. There's no way around that. And what I find for Aira, I don't use it a lot because I find that I have systems in place and have had them in place for years and years at this point that still work for me. But there are certain things that I don't have a good system in place, or the system I had in place, Aira is better. So when I go, if I'm traveling around my city, going to places I've gone to before, I don't need Aira. It doesn't really, it doesn't fit my need at that point. But when I travel for work, so if I go through an airport and I'm going to a whole different state, that is where Aira is great. I love the ability to get dropped off at the airport, connect to an agent, and just go through security, go through the airport, find my gate, not have to sit there and worry about where the bathroom is, or I'm so hungry. I can do all this. Could I have done that without Aira? Yeah, sure. I could find someone walking by and say, hey, can you show me where the restroom is? But with Aira, it just makes it so much smoother to do things, tasks like that. So those are the times that I like to use Aira the most.
Nice. And you are going to be traveling to California next weekend?
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
You got it.
So you're going to be finding some use for it right there?
Yeah, heading out to Envision West.
Nice.
And no question, I'll be using it through Milwaukee, Denver Airport. When I land in California, I'll be using it a lot. So
cool. Yeah, I can certainly see how that could be useful for anybody. Is there any downsides that you found as a user?
I think that not a downside, but one of the tough things is I talked about you have systems in place already, and so remembering that Aira is there for you, in those cases where you're so used to asking a family member or a friend to do something and remembering, oh, that's right, I do have Aira to accomplish that task. So, changing your habits and your workflow is definitely one thing I think that's hard for people. I know it's hard for me. But I do think the biggest challenge that Aira faces and any Aira Explorer faces is the connectivity issue. Because no matter if you're using your own phone or you're using the Horizon kit, you are relying on some kind of connectivity, some kind of internet, either through Wi-Fi or through the LTE 4G that's provided by your phone or the Horizon phone.
Right.
So many, there are times when you get into places where it just gets poor reception. You use Aira into the hotel, find the front lobby, everything's great. They tell you you're on the 4th floor, so you go and find the elevator. As soon as those elevator doors close, boom, you've lost connection. So those connectivity issues, or you're in the mall, you get in the middle of a store, and now you've lost connectivity, and now you have to fall back on your own skills to get yourself out of where you were.
Totally. Yeah.
So the connectivity still is a challenge that they face, in my opinion, and I think that as time goes on, we'll see that get better. But for sure. And cost is another challenge too. The subscription service is not for everybody. They have a number of tiers starting at $30 all the way up to $350, and each of those tiers give you different minutes. But they're also doing some interesting things on trying to get people to use it for free. They've launched this new 5 minutes a day. No matter, even if you're not a subscriber, as long as you've downloaded the app, created a guest account, you can call once a day for 5 minutes or less, and it won't cost you anything.
Nice.
The Aira Access location, you talked about Vision Forward being an Aira Access location. That's another way now that a user doesn't have to pay to use a service. As long as you come into a building and they've paying for the service, you get to pull off of their minutes. So, even though the subscription can get a little pricey, I think they're trying to figure out ways for people to still access it.
Yeah, and I think it's really a case of them just bringing on board as many businesses, as many places as they can to become access locations, so that wherever a person goes, they have got some kind of connectivity that they can use. And that's the challenge, Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot here just before we end.
You got it.
I'm going to say, if you had to come up with 2 features which Aira does not currently have but would be useful for this device, what would they be?
2 features. I would like to see them develop their artificial intelligence, what they call Chloe, that's built into the Horizon kit. It's got some basic OCR, some optical character recognition where it can read to you, but in my opinion, it's not there yet. I would love to see them partner with somebody like Orcam, who does, OCR.
Yeah.
It really is, I think, is one of the best. Well, it is the best mobile OCR option.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing, a partnership there, that would be really cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I think another feature that would be great is some more choices on styles of frames, or even the ability to use your own frames, have maybe a modular camera that can connect, again, like the Orcam, where they can put their own on. And then, because I'm an overachiever, I'm going to give you a third one.
Oh, nice.
I would like the ability to, when you connect to an agent, maybe request a specific skill set. Like, for instance, I'm going to go clothes shopping, and so I want to connect to somebody who really enjoys fashion and has a good eye for clothes that I can trust.
Great. Or somebody who knows how to build IKEA furniture.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
who will just come to your house and do it for you.
Oh, yeah. Even better.
But being able to request instead of, because you're using your precious minutes, and so the last thing you want is someone to say, well, I don't know anything about that, but give me 20 minutes while I read up on how to do it.
And I know, without going into specifics, that has happened to you before.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a great idea. So,
absolutely.
Ira, if you're listening, then there's some tips for you, some pro tips. Cool. Well, it certainly sounds to me like Ira, could be very beneficial for a lot of people with a visual impairment. Sounds like you've been enjoying it, and I'm glad to hear that we're an access location. If anybody wants to try it out, get a feel for how it works, they are welcome to come here. We could do a sit-down demo, or they could just come and get an Aira kit from the front desk to try out around the building. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we'd encourage people to do that. And in the meantime, stay tuned to the channel.
Thanks.